And that's where we think the change that needs to happen in the industry standpoint is yes, technology needs to be brought forward, but understanding the data is super critical around what and how I apply that data set to the spaces that we're thinking about in the future.
Can you give me an example of when that data set was used, or a data set was used, I should say, for general office productivity that added value?
It's a great question. We've seen it all, right? You think about the badge, and the badge is that's my front door, and then it might be in a secure area, but you don't badge into all your offices, right? All your individual offices or quiet rooms, huddle rooms, et cetera. And so that what we've used and what we've seen and what we're actually doing and at scale now across the globe is the video capabilities and the assets that you have in the room. If it's the right asset, like our devices, we're actually counting people. And when we looked at this in our first location, which we opened in April of 2022, but design started during the pandemic, we had the technology to look at actually how we were working. And so all of our spaces were built for three people. Everyone said, wait, we've never built spaces for three people. We're the 6 person, 12 person, 18 person rooms. What we proved is that we actually don't work that way. We work in small groups. And so we've taken that data and every huddle room that we have is, 3 person, 4 person sometimes. And that allows us to one, not be just efficient use of space, but we also are now able to have all the technology elements inside of every space that people use because the video is everywhere because it's going to be a physical and virtual world that we had talked about coming together. We also use that from the standpoint of looking at what people like. People vote with their feet, right? Vote with the feet that they vote with their feet that they use from the standpoint of the spaces that they love. So as we try to iterate and look at new types of spaces, there's a space that we built in New York that became almost like a luxury suite view of higher seating, lower seating, some space seating, and it wasn't a traditional table. It was an experiment. And the experiment was, people going to like this? What we saw from the data was it was the most highly utilized space that we had. And oh, by the way, it was in the middle of a massive floor plate with no windows. So we said, okay, we put it here for a reason. Then we started doing user surveys and they're like, we love it. It fosters collaboration. It fosters brainstorming. It fosters all these things. So we proved that and looking and recognized the data, trying something. Then we took that to our next site, which was Atlanta. We built for them, right? Now it's this constant iteration of that approach, right? But the video technology and the assets that you have, if it's the right technology, is available in the call or out of the call, right? Like we have NVIDIA technology inside of all of our devices where it's that magic that's there that's actually looking at that. Wi-Fi is another great example of data and not just Wi-Fi that we have from our connectivity perspective, but Bluetooth low energy, BLE, soon to be ultra wideband. All of these technologies are above our head anyway. Now we're starting to use that with those data sets. And we often do an exercise with our clients around understanding sort of what data they have already